Okay, we took the pump from right here. It really was only holding about 3 bolts. No sense in showing you that. But I've got it here, and it looks like we're going to have to take the pulley off. And we've got 3 bracket bolts in there. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go ahead and get a wrench and take those out. Okay. This thing was leaking really bad around this seal here, and we're going to go ahead and pop it out of this. Wait, before you attempt to take that pulley off, you're actually going to need a pulley installer, deinstaller kit, and I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can get one of these. All right, so let me show you. Okay, in these kits, you get the collar. This is the key right here. The collar is going to go over here, and then we're going to use this pulling device to slowly pull this thing off. I'm going to show you how it works. In these kits, you get the collar. This is the key right here. The collar is going to go over here, and then we're going to use this pulling device to slowly pull this thing off. I'm going to show you how it works. First thing you're going to do is get this collar out. We are going to affix this. It's got the little lip. This collar's got the little lip, and you can see it goes right in here. We're going to put that on both sides. You see, that's what that looks like there. And then we are going to get this pulling device, and this is going to go inside of here. Put the collar on top of it, and then we can commence to pulling it out. Okay, that's what it looks like there. Then we put the collar on it, one-handed, just like that. And now when we tighten down, it will pull up. You can do this. You can use 2 wrenches like I'm doing here and slowly pull it off, or you can actually use an impact on the top. Okay, and you can see from that it is coming off quite nicely, but I still got a little ways to go. Yep. Okay, that's what it looks like. So very easy. Now we will need this to put it back. The next thing, we're going to take this little compression union out. Now this is spring loaded, so be careful with that. And last but not least, you want to take this little mounting bracket thing out here. Now I am putting all of the bolts in the ultrasonic cleaner to clean them off. I do not believe there is anything else holding this pump. See, this is the reservoir here, and this is your pump. So this pump should slide out this way. Okay, as I flip this thing over, this spring and this little plunger came out, so we need to be real careful with them. Okay, so once you get the pump out, again, the pump works, it just leaks all over the place. So we're going to reseal this pump and reseal the reservoir there. And you can see this has an O-ring on it, and it is completely flat. So, okay, so it looks to me like, so you see all these seals here? So we have got 2 seals there. That's for your mounting screws. And then we've got this for the little pressure valve. And you've got to get this giant snap ring out. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I put a drill bit in there. I'm going to push down on the snap ring, and then I'm going to take this little hook and pull the snap ring out. And we got to move the internal pump assembly so I can get the main shaft out, so I can change this seal right here, which is that seal right there. That worked pretty easy. It's spring loaded, so my drill bit is actually holding this little piston in. So I'm going to take the pliers, pull my drill bit out. Now this is not going to fly out, but it will spring forward just a little bit. If this piece doesn't pop out, just give it a little tap with a hammer and it will spring forward and pop out. And that's what it looks like there. Just put them aside. Okay, the next step, I need to get the pump assembly. There's some little small pieces in there. You got to be careful. So I'm going to set this here, and I'm going to get a rubber mallet and tap down on this. Now, see all those little pieces in there? Those are very important. So I think there's 10. You don't want to lose these. We'll put this over here. One thing I forgot to show you, there is a little magnet right here. You'll see, and that is there to collect any metal debris or anything to keep it from destroying inside the pump. Just put that there for now. All right, so now we're going to have to somehow keep tapping on this to get this thing out. Okay, I got it flat. It's still not out. Gonna have to get something in here, and this actually has a 3/8 hex key input there, so I'm going to try to get that and go down even more. Okay, I think I'm almost there. You see it's down there, and so now I've got to try it. Okay, I just used a good old 10mm socket to fit the rest of the way in there, tapped it a little bit, and there it came. Now that the shaft is out of there, you can remove the internal seal. We're going to pop this out, and then the shaft seal, which is there. And then there are two internal seals. You can see right here, and that is going to be these here. All right. Well, now let's clean this up, clean up our workspace, and see what we got. I attempt to move these internal signs. This is why this thing is leaking like a sieve. These seals are all dry rotted and cracked up. So, of course, just use a little pick, very easy to move. Okay, got the two internals out. Then I'll go ahead and get these external ones out right here. Okay, once you get all of the old seals out, give it a good cleanup. I use some of this brake cleaner here, and I'm going to start by putting in the shaft seal. So I'm going to sit this here, and I've got a 1-inch socket, and I'm going to tap it down. I'm going to kind of coat the parts with some power steering fluid as I go to reassemble. So let's try this. Okay, that worked out nicely. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is flip this over and attempt to install the two inner O-rings. So that would be these here. We'll test for size. Actually, it looks a little bigger, but hopefully that'll work. And when you put these in, you need to make sure that you use the two inner grooves. There's an outer groove here, but that is for this snap ring thingy there. So again, I'm going to lube them up before I put them in. Okay, I've already got one in. Again, use the two inner grooves. All right, got those in. Okay, now that I got that in, we can install the shaft and this piece here. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to lube this up right here. Okay, got that done. Now, got to put some more O-rings, and we have to assemble. What I'm going to do is take these little pieces and stick them back in the fins. Okay, now once we got all those little things in, we're going to use these dowel pins, and we're going to align the cam ring or whatever you call it. We're going to align it with the holes in the body and push it in. If it doesn't go in all the way, that means you may have some oil or fluid in there, so you may have to get that out. So let's okay, once you've got those and aligned in with the body, we're going to take this cam ring things and we're going to put it in here. Okay, so when you sit this on there, this has 4 holes. It's the two smaller holes, so this will drop in like this. Okay, once you get it in, that's what it's going to look like there. All right, next thing is the pressure plate. Now, this should drop in just like this, with this piece down, and that's what it'll look like there. That should be flush. And the next thing is this spring and pressure plate thing. So this is going to go in that groove right there, and this is going to go like this, and this has to be pushed down so this retaining ring will go in. What I'm going to do is press this down, and I have a drill bit or any type of rod, and I'm going to use this to kind of hold it like that, and I'm going to slowly work this into that groove. Okay, this is by far the most difficult part of this. So basically what I did was I used this part of the hammer and I put it in the vise and I pushed down, and then I took this little drill bit and kind of held one side down, put the ring in, push down again, and the ring snapped right in. This by far was the best way that I found. Okay, now that I've got that in there, I'm going to change this large O-ring that actually rubs up against the body of the reservoir. So I'm going to dig that out. Look how flat that is. Then, of course, clean out the little groove ring, lube it up a little bit, stick it on. Okay, now that I've got that, this is the union for your high pressure line, we've got to take this O-ring off right here, and I believe it's going to be that one. We're going to need to replace it. This is actually what was leaking. That's what I think. Okay, that's it. I assume it's this one here. All right, got that one on. Okay, now to install the pressure relief valve. It's got this spring that goes in there, and make sure you clean this out. There's some little breather holes there, and there's a little screen on that side too. So this goes in just like this. Okay, now I'm going to put these mounting stud O-rings in. You've got two of them. One goes there, and one goes here. And then you've got this high pressure union, which goes right there. Okay, now all I've got to do is take the actual pump, line the mounting studs and that high pressure union into here and push it in. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, I kind of use this mounting stud to line it up, and then I tapped on it very slightly with this hammer and it popped right on. And you can kind of know that it is in the right place because you are flush there and you are flush on this side. So these are my two, these are the regular pump mounting bolts. And then I'm going to put this high pressure valve in, we talked about earlier, tighten everything down, and you'll see it'll squeeze everything together. Be real careful when you do this. Do not over tighten it. Okay, now that it is back together, we have to reinstall this pulley, and you can't just really tap it on. There's actually, I mean, I guess you could, but there's actually a way to do it with this kit. It works. There are threads inside of here, and so this is going to thread into here, and of course your pulley will be on like this, and you're going to hold this and tighten this down, and it will press it on. You do have to make sure you get the right threads inside here. Okay, so I lube the shaft up a little bit. Going to put this on here. Then I'm going to screw this down in here. Okay, this is your setup here. And so once you get this set up, you tighten this one down and it will press it all the way down. Okay, and once you get done, that's it. Now be careful, these threads were all gummed up in here. I had to clean them out big time with brake cleaner. So, but wasn't no big deal. So now this thing's ready to go back on. You know what? I might put the, let's see. Okay, put that nut on here. All right, and then once I fill it, I think I'm going to take this return line and let it pump through the system and get all the grimy stuff out. So we will start by filling this up. All right, so we're going to start. It's been a while since I started the Comanche, and this is how we got to do it. Hopefully this thing will fire it up. I don't shoot power steering fluid everywhere. Come on. Try a little bit more of this. A little pine sol. All right, it's full. I'm going to turn the steering wheel. Everything works good. Now, you want to jack the wheels up and turn them all the way to the left, all the way to the right, all the way to the left without the cap on it. That will help bleed some of the air out of it. If you got an old Jeep like this, it's got a little bleed valve right there. But anyway, it worked out fine. So it is all back together. Belt tight, doesn't squeak, doesn't leak. One thing I want to show you, because I screwed up and I didn't show it on camera, so I want to show together. You have to be really sure that this cam ring right here and is in the right orientation. There are little marks on it. The certain marks go toward the back of the reservoir. So you just need to make sure that this little cam ring is positioned correctly, because if not, it gets the rotation. It thinks it's rotating backwards and it won't pump anything. So make sure you get that link down below for the tool. this tool right here that you're going to need to pull off and put on the pulley. And I hope that y'all got something out of this. And the old Comanche is one more step to finishing all the leaks. Have a great day.